in the morning, and going to be a cold one today. Well, it'll warm up eventually. It's cold this morning. We're at 18 and then a high of 41 for our Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So as cold as it is this morning, why not talk about something that could just possibly like give you a bone-chilling inner freeze that you will not wake up from until springtime. It's a plunge in the Susquehanna River happening a couple weeks from now, January 28th. For the Salvation Army. Now, this is the 4th annual Take the Plunge. So here from Salvation Army to talk about it, Lieutenant Jennifer Burke is here, the community coordinator for Salvation Army, Joel Harris, and one of the plungers, Eric McDowell from the CALP agency is here as well. So good morning to all of you and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Drew.
And great to see you all. I will start with you, Jennifer, about Salvation Army. Of course, you just came off a pretty busy time of year for you guys.
Yes.
But you do things year-round. It's not just Christmas for you guys.
Yes, we do. We have kids programs that run year-round, after-school programs for kids. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have music and badge programs that they can take part in. And we do adult programs as well, like Bible studies and women's groups and men's groups and things like that.
Okay. And Joel, tell me a little bit about, some of the programs and who you serve and where.
Oh, well, specifically, we serve the Warrior around Lewisburg and Milton school districts, as well as the Miltonburg school districts. Our groups are designed to help teach life skills for kids, and they also include summer camps for up to our Salvation Army camp in Wayne County.
Funding always a challenge for you guys.
Correct. That's kind of why we started this program. The whole reason why we do this event is to help kind of offset those costs. I mean, it costs about $350 per kid just to go to camp, and we charge little to nothing because we try and target that group that can't afford to go to camps. And this allows us to continue funding for our local corps to send those kids, as well as the youth programs. We don't charge anything for that either. And we try and do trips to kind of get the kids to learn things like airplanes, electrician, solar system, those types of things.
Pretty neat. Get them excited about, maybe a career someday?
Yeah, you can definitely tell the kids love that type of stuff when they get in there and they start getting their hands dirty and stuff that the kids would never have done before had they not become to our groups. Just the way they appreciate the time it takes, not to mention the volunteers it takes to get the programs run. It's definitely a great time.
I think you can measure the importance of those programs by, what it would mean if they weren't there. Where would these kids be after school? Where would these kids be if the camp weren't there? What would they be doing?
Right. And that's kind of, even though there's a lot of programs out there in the communities, a lot of it, even some families can't take the $5, $10 charge or just don't have the ability to travel outside of the community due to no vehicles. So the fact that we're right there in town definitely helps out those. And you're right. What else would they be doing if they weren't out there at the Salvation Army helping out with and participating in the programs and stuff like that, or even during the camp when they might not get a trip somewhere outside of Milton or the local area.
Great experience for them. So 4 years ago, somebody got the great idea that we should jump in the Susquehanna River in January.
Yeah, that was me. We were looking at different avenues because everyone looks at the Salvation Army and says, "Oh, well, they do the Red Kettle, and they do some other events. We do mail appeal to try and help fund what we do for the needy in the area. We have the Needy Family Fund. We have so many programs that we do, but those are derived specifically to help people that need help with food and with rent and with water and all those programs that we do already for social services. But that is mainly impacting the adults. It's not helping the youth in the community. So we came out and we thought, well, what can we do to help those in need for the kids? I mean, if we don't help the kids, what are they going to be doing when we're older? So this is where we came up with the idea that we can help to offset some of those costs for what we do for all those kids who don't have jobs, who can't pay for the things that they'd like to do as kids. So this was something interesting that we figured that is already kind of done in the area, but we tried to pick up the capacity a little bit and kind of do something in Milton since they don't really have anything this interesting.
I love it. Yeah, the 4th annual Take the Plunge, Milton Salvation Army. It's on January 28th at noon at the Fort Boone Campground in Milton. And you got Eric McDowell involved. So tell me where that came from.
Well, every year, since it is a relatively new program, we try and pick someone from the community that has some kind of influence to help us kind of pick up the numbers. And we have some, due to our advisory board and some connections we have, it was brought up that Bonnie and Eric McDowell would be a pretty good pick. So after some sacrifices were made, we were able to get them pulled in, which is awesome.
And Bonnie's very much looking forward to this. She's home training right now.
How thrilled are you to be jumping in the Susquehanna River in January 2017?
Well, it depends upon what the weather may be like. We were out for a little photo shoot the other day, and it was mid-teens at best with some friends, Brian Vargo and Jennifer Vargo. And we're looking forward to it. It's good to support a worthy cause.
Well, you're an involved guy in the community, Rotary. You've been here talking about Chili Challenge. You know, your involvement in the community is pretty well established. So I'm sure that's why Joel thought of you guys. So what does it mean to you to be helping out Salvation Army with this event?
Actually, my roots with the Salvation Army go pretty deep. My grandfather was an officer in West Sunbury, Pennsylvania. And for many years, he gave up his Thanksgivings, donating turkeys and preparing turkeys for the community meals. We never had a Thanksgiving with our grandparents because that's what they did. He was an officer there, as I mentioned. He was a bell ringer for many years. And growing up, I never knew there was a Sunbury, Pennsylvania. I just thought it was a West Sunbury, Pennsylvania. So that's just a little north of Butler. So we have family roots within the Salvation Army.
Pretty neat. And your wife participating? Yes, Bonnie McDowell from the Susquehanna Valley YMCA?
She is. She's very much looking forward to this.
Wow.
There were a lot of arm twisting going on, thanks to Chris Kaup. But yes, she'll be doing it.
Okay. Very nice. So let's talk wardrobe. What will you be wearing?
What will I be wearing? Whatever my wife tells me.
Okay.
It's been advised that the less clothes, the better. So something simple.
That's very true. In the plunging that I've done, yeah, just go bathing suit and then cover up when you're done. Like if you've got a lot of stuff on when you're...
Yeah, that's definitely the way we do it.
Okay.
Luckily, that if you're not sure how to dress and you're freezing cold that day, because sometimes it gets crazy, we do have a warming tent and some coffee. So that'll definitely help you out if you decide to get too cold.
Okay. Been there, done this before, Joel?
Yeah, I participate every year. I figured there's no point in starting it if you're not willing to participate in it.
Boy.
However, Lieutenant Burke, this will be her first time ever, so we'll see how it goes with
Your
her.
feelings, Lieutenant Jennifer Burke from Salvation Army.
I'm very scared. This is my first year with the Milton Salvation Army. I love the idea. I think it's great. I don't necessarily want to go in the water, but, I'm all for supporting the cause, so I'm going to go in.
Okay. Why should they help? People listening right now.
It's just a good thing. You're helping you're helping kids grow. Basically, this money is going to go towards that. 100%. And so it's really, there's been so many success stories of kids who have grown up and said, when I was a kid, I went to the Salvation Army and I wouldn't be where I am now without those programs and without somebody investing time in me. And that's what we're there to do. So if we have the funding to do that, we can do the best impact we can.
Money stays right here. It goes directly to those kids.
Yes.
You're directly influencing their lives.
Yes.
Why should they help, Joel? What do you think?
Well, as you said, it kind of comes down to what would they be doing otherwise. That's the big thing is we're trying to help these kids, influence them positively. And in the day and age that we're in this, in this year and past years that's what we have to worry about, the kids, and making sure that the influence that they have is a positive one. And definitely the program that we have definitely offers that positive influence, that positive teaching that they need.
Okay. How about you, Eric? What do you think?
I asked a friend to join us, and surprisingly, he said right away, yes, I'm in. It's on my bucket list. So look at it from that angle. There's not too many opportunities for you to plunge in the Susquehanna in the wintertime with emergency personnel local.
I've never had more fun, in the cold. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's the atmosphere and the people, and then how you feel when you're done. There's an adrenaline rush. It's hard to explain.
You know you're alive.
Yes, you are. Lieutenant Jennifer Burke, Joel Harris, and Eric McDowell here talking Milton Salvation Army 4th Annual Take the Plunge. I noticed you've got a Facebook page, so details on there if you need it, and I'll be sure to post some information on the 94 Kicks Facebook page. Good luck with the event. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Drew.
Anytime.